Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of updates to share with you guys. This is different than most of the shows I do. Wanted to do kind of a in case you missed it kind of video because so much happened in the last few days. So as you guys know, if you saw my shorts feed, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman from Georgia, she announced that she is resigning. She's resigning January 5th of 2026, so just in about a little over a month. And the reason, of course, is because Donald Trump completely turned on her. I think she is feeling disillusioned. I think that she honestly believed in him. This is something that I've been wondering about some of his cabinet members. Like some people like Tulsi Gabbard, who seem to completely flip her positions and swallow everything that he was selling. I'm wondering if some of them are now going, Jesus, this is not what I signed up for. This is not who I thought he was. He's completely turning on us. He's completely, screwing us all over. He's doing crazy shit. Like, how many of them have gotten a wake-up call? Because it seems like Marjorie Taylor Greene really did. It seems like she finally realized what we've all been saying for years, that he has no loyalty to anyone but himself. So this is a really bad sign for Republicans, because if you did see, I only posted part of her video, but she did say in her resignation video that the Republicans are going to lose. She was unequivocal about it, that they're going to lose, and then she would have to stand up and defend Trump because he is bound to be impeached. And she made it pretty clear she doesn't want to have to do that after he just threw her to the wolves. And the party is still very split. I mean, there are a lot of people who are pissed at Trump for the way he's going at her, but there's a lot of people who are pissed at her. And I shared last week with you guys a bunch of the posts that people are making, saying, making fun of her now. And I mean, you would think that these people are like MSNBC liberals, the way that they've been going after Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I think she just looked at this and went like, I've been so loyal. And not only did he turn on me, but a bunch of the base was like, screw this. And so I think it showed her what we've been saying, that, yeah, a lot of these people are cult members. They can't think for themselves. They don't want to think for themselves. And they're going to go along with whatever Trump says. So anyway, if she thinks that they're not even going to hold the House next year, what does that say? And this is a cautionary tale for every other MAGA Congress member. Trump's loyalty, his support, is absolutely conditional. And it proves he has something to hide regarding Epstein. I mean, to turn on one of your most faithful supporters, someone who was there for you through thick and thin, who still to this day is claiming that the 2020 election was stolen. I mean, she still doesn't get it. Like, when are these people going to wake up and go, okay, well, if he's willing to cover his ass and lie about Epstein and the Epstein files, then maybe he lied to me about 2020 as well. It still hasn't dawned on her or any of these people. So anyway, let that be a lesson to the rest of the Republicans in Congress, because if they think that Donald Trump is going to stand by them, they have another thing coming. They need to wake the hell up. The next thing I wanted to share with you guys was that Donald Trump completely and totally bent the knee to Zohran Mamdani. So they met on Friday in the Oval Office. Donald Trump was looking at him like I've never seen him look at Melania. I think Melania that night was like, Donald, why you not look at me like you look at Zohran? Do I not give you what Zohran gives you? No, you don't, Melania. Zohran is going to keep Trump in the game. I'm thinking Donald Trump. I think that's what he's thinking here. I think that's why he did this. And it was such a slap in the face to MAGA, as you know, because there's so many Islamophobes in the MAGA base. And especially like Laura Loomer had a complete meltdown on Twitter. She was like, oh, well, why should we even bother to vote then? I mean, if communism is great and it's, you know, it's going to help New York and everything's perfect, then why should we even bother to show up in the midterms and vote for Republicans? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, she is just having the biggest meltdown because she is a self-avowed Islamophobe. She admits it. She is over the top, hates Muslims. So anyway, this really screws the Republican Party because they had all these talking points ready to go. You know, they were going to make Mamdani the next AOC, the next Pelosi. You know, they were going to make him the boogeyman of the MAGA movement. And this completely took away their talking points, right? They wanted to paint him as the dangerous socialist, the Sharia law pushing jihadist. I mean, now Donald Trump has normalized him. Donald Trump just made him human in MAGAville. So what are they going to do? So there's there's a whole faction of MAGA that is completely pissed off. There's others that are just coping so hard. They're, oh, Donald Trump, you know, he looks so tough and he just was like the alpha in this whole thing. You know, he's sitting at the Oval Desk and made Mamdani stand there. No. Just like when Elon Musk stood over Trump and made it clear that he was in control and he was pulling the strings in the government, that's exactly what it looked like with Mamdani. Mamdani was looming over Trump, stood over him, looking down at him. Donald Trump looked like a complete and total cuck. And obviously, he knows what I've been saying for months is the case. A bunch of people a ton who voted for Donald Trump also voted for Mamdani. So if Donald Trump screws over New York City, guess what's going to happen? He's going to lose even more support than he already has. And he can't afford that. So that's what this was all about. He bent the knee. Anyway, we had yet another betrayal of MAGA, especially the ones who are sick and tired, as so many on the left are, of seeing our government completely bend over for Israel and Netanyahu and giving them everything they want while we in our country go without. So last week, it was reported that Donald Trump's Israeli ambassador, Mike Huckabee, who is a over-the-top Zionist, he secretly met with a literal traitor to the U.S. Jonathan Pollard is a former U.S. intel analyst, and he sold U.S. secrets to Israel, went to prison for decades for doing this, for being a literal traitor, committing essentially like treason. Why he didn't get the death penalty, I don't know. But this is who Mike Huckabee went and met with. Let me just give you an example. Pollard sat for an interview and said that Israel should use nuclear bombs, nuclear weapons against the United States if we refuse to give Israel everything that it wants. That's who this guy is. And this is who our ambassador is meeting with. And yet, I mean, that has to be such a slap in the face to Marjorie Taylor Greene, with Trump out there calling her a traitor, all because she's trying to expose child predators. And yet Trump is condoning this meeting. The Trump administration was asked about this and they said, oh yeah, well, we didn't know in advance. We had no knowledge of this meeting, but Donald Trump sanctions it. That's what Donald Trump's press secretary, Kim Jong-Levitt, that's what she just said. So Trump is totally cool with this. You know, and then he had that other guy, he had a literal Muslim terrorist in the White House just a couple weeks ago who killed Americans. So MAGA is just beside themselves. They don't know what to make of this because Donald Trump is going against so much of what they hold dear and what they thought the MAGA movement was all about. I mean, even Steve Bannon is calling for Mike Huckabee to be removed. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Last but not least, I also wanted to share with you guys that the Trump administration was busted for using a Russia-drafted peace deal for them in Ukraine. It came out that this was literally just, given to our government by Russia. This was like their wish list of what they want. And then our government presented it as if we drafted it. So, there's two different factions within the Trump orbit. You've got the ones that are the hardliners against Russia who want to see us give more weapons to Ukraine and stand with them against Russia. And then you have the other faction that's saying, no, 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 we need to just end this. We need to pull all support for Ukraine, force this down their throats. So we'll have to see which group wins out. One thing I find most interesting, though, that no one has bothered to ask, Russia keeps saying, well, we have a red line. If Ukraine is made a member of NATO, then that's it. Like, we're not signing any peace deal. We're going even harder against them. They must not ever become a member of NATO. And we know the reason why. It's because of the Article 5 guarantee, which guarantees NATO members' security. So any attack on a NATO member is an attack on all NATO members, meaning we pledge our security for these countries. We pledge that we will send troops, we will send weapons, we will do whatever we have to protect our NATO allies. So that would be granted to Ukraine, theoretically, if they become, theoretically, if they became a NATO member. Isn't that Russia admitting that they want to be able to invade Ukraine again? Like, why hasn't anyone asked them about that? Why has no one brought up, well, why would that concern you? If you have no intention of invading Ukraine again, of trying to take more of their land, why would you care? If you're just like, hey, their whole fake excuse that, there were neo-Nazis in there and that we had to get rid of the Nazis and that's why we invaded. Okay, well, supposedly you took care of that, right? Supposedly that's done and over with. So why should you care if we give a security guarantee to Ukraine? You're not going to invade again, right, Russia? So you have nothing to fear. No one ever brings that up. It seems pretty logical and simple to me, but I don't know. I'm not a foreign, foreign interventionist expert or, foreign war expert, or seems like common sense. Anyway, all right, guys, that is it for the in case you missed it portion of the day. So thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.